left in there. There she goes. Pump's primed. We have fluid pressure. Well, we got some air in there. Torque converters after priming up, but yeah, we're sucking air. Darn it. Woo! Okay. Something's happening. When I had the system apart, I made the mistake of draining the fluid out of the torque converter. Now the torque converter, typically in an automatic gearbox, I'll probably give you guys a bit of a better demonstration of this with this one from the 5HP30 here. Torque converters typically at rest are about half full of fluid. So if we take this monstrous one here, oh, this is a real monster. I'm glad I didn't put this in, but typically they're half full as the fluid drains back out of the pump drive into the sump, and when they spin up they fill up totally with hydraulic fluid. Problem is, I've made the mistake of draining the fluid out of that TC, so when it started up there, immediately the pump has tried to fill the entire torque converter, and unfortunately we don't have enough fluid in the sump to make that happen. So stand by, we see what I can do here. Okay, sports fans, good news, found some ATF. Now, I know before you all start shouting at me that it's not the right grade for that gearbox, but I don't think that's going to hurt me in the short term, because we have a filter kit, the whole 9 yards to put into this box. I've got a service kit for it, some gaskets and stuff, so that's all going to get drained out. I'm going to be getting fresh fluid in there. And the really good news, crapola, is that damn thing didn't shake itself apart, and it was doing some pretty high RPMs there. So that's good news as far as I'm concerned. So I'm going to be happy with that. Let's see if we can crack this. Bloody hell! Filler plug. Didn't think I'd put it back in that tight. Holy Christmas. Okay. Guess I don't know my own strength sometimes. Alright. Oh no, I never actually... Oh no, I sure would have had to have it out to refill it, because I did drain out the horrible goo that was actually in there. Alright. One filler plug. This is exciting times, folks. Very exciting times. At least it will be if I can move this gearbox and not smack up this whole setup that I've got rather delicate balance working on here. Alright, funnel is in. I'm going to need some kind of a rag-like device, better known as a rag. I can stuff in here. This will inevitably pour out on me. By the way, we're using our headway battery under here as a kind of a bench pack, so in case any of you were wondering. Alright, hang on to your butts. Let's see if she'll prime up. Okay. Start signal. Start signal's in. Now, I'm going to have to. Now, we're in park at the minute. So, here goes. Just want to roll her over. Really slow RPM. Try to reprime the pump. Ooh, she sounds good. Did knock down pressure as the revs up the push. Yeah, still sucking air. Ooh, there's a bit of regen there. Still sucking air. More fluid. Alright, oops, it's peeing out here now, so that's got to be enough. Let's see what that does for me. Yay! Alrighty. Now she's feeling the load, pressure's coming on. Man, that sounds good. Now we're running the box in fail-safe mode. We got no controller plugged into it, so pressures will be at maximum. And we're in park at the minute. So let's see, these are off. Let's put the bung back in here and mop up the mess and hop her into drive. Let's go for a spin. Okay, get rid of my ATF, that filter, I should say funnel. Drain back into the container. Quick look at that coupler as well before I get too carried away. Now the problem is, got to look at my RPM limit because I think it was set to cold trickle, which for those of you that haven't watched Days of Thunder 400 times is 9,000 RPM. Problem is this gearbox red line's at 6.5, so I really don't want to be around to see that happen. Alright. Okay, let me see if I can, okay, computer, hello computer, oh dang it, 200 hertz, what's that mean? Oh yeah, you have to set the frequency, I remember this now. Okay, so it's 4-pole motor, so what, 50 hertz is going to be 1500 RPM. Actually that wouldn't be a bad idea. If I set it to 50 hertz and I just floored the throttle, that should mean we're running 1500 revs with the throttle floored. So let's do just that actually, because 200 hertz is what? 6 grand is it? Damn, my head's melted. Hold on a second. I think it's 6 grand. 100 hertz would be 3000 RPM. So yeah, okay. Well, that's fair enough then. It's set to 6, but let's not tempt fate here. Let's go for 50 hertz. Thank you. Enter. Okay. Set F max 50. Responses set OK. Alright, so if we floor the throttle, we should get 1500 revs on this baby. Alright. Let's put the clamp meter on the DC side of things. My clamp meter is going ballistic today for some reason. I should get the fluke. Yeah, I should probably go upstairs and get the fluke actually. probably wouldn't be such a bad plan. Anyhow, let's stick with the crappy one for now. Okay, so we're in park again. Let's wind around gently. Whoa! Didn't like that too much. Okay, we were at about 12 amps there, by the way, just when we were revving up. So let's restart. There's loads of parameters and stuff I still didn't really figure out on this controller when I was messing with it before, so I've got a lot of work to do. But and there's, let me get a graph on RPM here for a second. We can graph RPM on this baby here. I think Johannes has probably upgraded this since I last looked at it, but let's just graph RPM and graph battery current. Let's hit that plot, start plot. Alright, we're on. We're graphing. Okay. RPM 440 and climbing, 450 revs a minute, which should be about our idle speed. We're at 7 amperes. Revs are dropping slightly as the pump loads up, 360 RPM. $450 revs. Okay, let's back her off. We got to go slow as that. Alright. Okay. Peaked out at about 480 revs there. So let's put our box into drive and see if the output shaft. Basically what should happen is that in fail-safe mode, the fourth gear clutch packs will be engaged at maximum line pressure, so that will put a lot of load on. So let's try that. So P, R, N, D for drive. Okay. We're in drive. I'm going to back over here a little bit to see if I can see the, if you guys might want to see the output tail of the gearbox as well. So let's bring you guys over there. You might be able to see it. Here we go. Tail is spinning, but that'll be only from, here we go. Oh, you beautiful piece of machinery, I was about to say before the contactor dropped out. Alright, we had a few issues here around settings and trip points, but easy enough to cope with. We've got one Siemens motor driving 1.5 HP 24. RPM on the motor. We're in drive, we're pulling 11 amps, about 150 volts. This gearbox is running squirrels fancy. Okay, let's give her a bit of gas. Spoil sport. Okay, I think, see what my heatsink, my heatsink is a little bit on the warm side, but my transistors aren't anywhere I'd be worried about. I'm not running any coolant obviously through the loops. So, damn thing works. We got some refinement to do for sure. But yeah, Next job will be to connect the controller so that we can shift the gears. So why don't we do that? Oh my god. Wondering what's causing that. Do you know what? Yeah, well, we've got a bit of diagnostics to do on the inverter, obviously. But good news is we can run the gearbox. You know what? I'll just try something here. Give it a seems to hit a point where I try to give it too much juice. I think it's some parameters here on the maximum current and stuff on the controller. So I'm going to have to look at some of that stuff. Fault 0, let's try 20. 25, enter. Okay, response is set okay. And let's do a restart. Not anymore, we're not. Alright, that's enough of me playing around. When we get the controller set up and see if we can shift that box. Alrighty folks, ooh, camera action. Gearbox controller is powered up and the electrical connections are made to the box. Let's shift into drive, arc, reverse, neutral, drive, gear first. So we should be in first gear. I do need to work on the software for shifting, but it does shift the gears. But some of the shifts are a bit harsh, so we'll be looking at that. We got our paddle shift set up, got my throttle. Let's see what happens. First, alright. Nice and slow. Go for second. Yeah. Third. Fourth. Yeah, there's fourth. And fifth. Oh yeah. Oh, we're moving alright. 12 amps, fifth gear. Yeah, it doesn't like me giving it too much throttle at the minute. So I think we have a bit of an issue with that, but nothing we can't work out. Oil temperature is only at 25 degrees at the minute. So let's click down into first. Let's go for reverse actually, just out of curiosity. Where's reverse? So let's try that. So we're getting close, folks. We're getting close. Comes reverse. Yay! 5. There's first gear. Second gear. Third gear. Fourth gear. I need some code changes on that one. And there's fifth gear. Sorry, back to fourth. And back to fifth. There we are, that baby is moving. I suspect I will need that little center screw in there to hold that coupler into the Siemens motor spline. Transistors are warming up nicely as well. Interestingly, the selector in the A40 only goes PRND. So I've been worried that this actual box goes PRND 432. No way to do those actually. I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of wrecked, but I'm also very happy. Looks like we're well on the way with this thing. Yeah, we got some issues to nail down, little countersunk screw to go into that coupler, but the good news is we're spinning for the first time the 5HP24 from the Siemens motor. Additionally, this is the first time that that motor and inverter have had a load. So the good news is they seem to be able to cope with it rather well. So, as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you all soon. Stay with us, folks. It promises to be fun.